Hey guys, it's Anthony. I am going to show you guys this game that I've been playing recently. It is called TimeSpinner. This game is actually super interesting because it leans like very heavily into its Castlevania Symphony of the Night influences, like to the point where I feel like this game has literally copied and pasted some of the assets from the game. There are things in this game that like I literally had to just like go back and look at Symphony of the Night just to make sure I wasn't going crazy because of how similar it was. So yeah, so that's kind of like where this game is coming from. This game is super interesting though. I'm gonna take you through some of it just and then explain it as I go. And I want you guys to just be aware that I finished the game. So my character right now is in basically like end game formation or whatever you want to call it. Like the outfit she's wearing is something you can't get until the end of the game. The stuff that she has equipped is stuff that you can't get towards the end of the game. But my little dragon buddy is something that you get fairly early in the game. And then if you've played Symphony of the Night, then you know what a familiar is, and that guy is your familiar. So this is TimeSpinner. It is on the PS4, but it is also available on the Switch. TimeSpinner basically tells the story of this girl named Lunais, like Luna is, so Lunais. Basically, she is what is known as a time messenger. So her clan's job is to learn how to time travel using the item called the TimeSpinner. And what they do is that they basically watch out for their clan, and if something like disastrous ever comes to happen in their clan, then the time messenger needs to go back in time and warn the clan. That way, basically like making sure that the clan continues to survive throughout the ages. At the beginning of the game, you basically get some like really catastrophic thing, and then, you know, as they will in video games, no one comes to warn you. No one comes to tell you that this horrible thing is gonna happen. So you basically take it upon yourself. Oh, this is new. So you basically take it upon yourself to... I did not know this was here. So you basically take it upon yourself to go back in time on your own and try to prevent this disaster that happens to your clan, and just try to fix it so that it never happens. One of the side effects of the time travel in this game is that when a time messenger goes back in time, they basically are removing themselves from existence. That is a side effect of traveling through time. So that's kind of like the way that this game talks its way out of creating time paradoxes. And on paper, it sounds interesting. And it's actually very interesting. The problem is that I very generally feel like the game doesn't really go very far with the time element. So Lunais has one main time power that she can use throughout the game, which is the time stop. So she can stop time for a certain amount of time and you can increase the amount of time that you can stop everything for throughout the game. You just can continue to collect upgrades to lengthen the time that you can freeze everything for. But that's basically her only time power. Like, aside from traveling between the future and the past, like stopping time during battle is like her only like real power. The game kind of uses this pretty heavily to give you some platforming puzzles. Basically, like once you stop time, like you can stop on enemies, or like there are certain projectiles that you can stand on, and you have to use that basically that ability to stop enemies in order to reach higher platforms that you couldn't necessarily reach normally, until of course you learn the movement abilities that allow you to reach those places without stopping time. Now, I am going to show you guys something which is kind of like the main reason why I wanted to make this video about this game. So just give me a second and I'm going to find exactly what I wanted to show you. One of the things that this game kind of takes from Symphony of the Night is the sound design. I don't know if I'll have time in this video, but there is one specific area of the game that has a music theme that is like ripped, like note by note, instrument by instrument, for the library theme from Symphony of the Night. And if I cannot talk your ears off through this video, I might have time to show you. So, alright, so we have two main places we can go: into the present time, into the past. I'm going into the past. So this is basically our hub area. We come back here a lot. These characters here will act as shops, and they will also act as quest givers. All of the quests are optional, but, well, actually, I don't know if all of the quests are optional, but most of the quests are optional. Completing the quest will give you lots of unique items, will give you a lot of the game's currency, and will give you like the opportunity to fight secret bosses and stuff like that. Now, the interesting thing about these NPCs is that in some shape or form, all of these characters are queer. And that kind of really surprised me. It really surprised me to play a game that kind of just like casually threw in a queer element. I don't want to explain what the queerness of these characters are, because I think that's a thing that you guys should find out on your own playing the game. But it was really interesting. It just kind of like just came in like normal conversation, like characters were just talking about their daily lives and their daily routines, and as your little hub area grew with people started creating developing relationships with each other, and then you started to see where that queerness happened. And even the main character, Lunais, in some of her dialogue, you learn that she's basically like a, I wouldn't even call her bisexual, like she's anything sexual. What's the word for that? Pansexual? There's lots of dialogue that very heavily leans towards that for her, and it's not even implied. Like, she basically says at a certain point, like, yeah, she's like, she basically talks about how her clan is mostly a matriarchy, and because the women are in power, they tend to take many lovers, and obviously like a lot of the men that they bring in are just for procreation and stuff like that, but and that basically like women are the basically women partner with women more often than they do with men, but the men are but it's not unheard of for men to be part of relationships. And our main character Luna is just, she doesn't care. She just, whatever tickles her fancy at the time, that's what she likes. And like I said, it's not, the game is not subtle about it whatsoever. It's not implied, it is very overtly stated. And I think that that's really great. I also like somehow feel that it's not very, that it's a little bit like unbelievable. In the sense of like the writing. Like in the writing, it just doesn't necessarily come off as very believable. And the only reason that I say that is because as a queer person myself, I don't find myself in situations where like I can walk into a room and know like everyone's sexuality. You know, like I don't know, there's very few cases that I can walk into a room and just be like, oh, well, you know, this person, you know, is bi, that person is lesbian, or like this person, you know, used to be male and now they're female. Like that is not like a thing that really happens in my experience of gay culture. So I think the fact that all these characters are very open with their sexuality is strange for me, just because, you know, I've had that experience of just maybe crushing on somebody and like not knowing like anything. Ooh, you see? So I didn't need to do that because I have, you know, I have an ability that I could just jump right up here, but it was good to show you guys like how you can just jump up stuff after freezing time. Anyway, so yeah, I don't really have that experience as a queer person, that people are just so open about their sexuality. Like it's just a thing that like, it's a gradual realization over time, and I feel like these characters found out just way too easily about each other. Ooh, I gotta level up. Not that I need it, but yay. Alright, enough about me. I don't want to bore you guys, but I am trying to find the thing that I mentioned before. I think I have to travel to the future. I mean, to the present time, because I'm in the past right now. Let's find a warp. Oh, we're kind of far from one. Let's head back to the last one. Alright, so I think, let's see, I think it's here. Let's try it. Oh my god, this is it, guys. Alright, I'm not gonna talk. I want you guys just to listen to it for a sec, okay? You know what? I'm gonna put up the volume too. All right, there's a lot of you that might not get this, and that's totally fine if you don't get it. But basically, for those of you that do get it, Castlevania Symphony of the Night has the same kind of sound to it. I did go back and actually listen to the track that I was thinking about the other day, and the sound quality in Symphony of the Night is much better. Like they definitely use much better instruments or whatever it is that they use to play the music. But if you listen to the tracks side by side, you're like, wow, like if this is like as an homage, I get it, but for me it was a little bit too close to it, you know. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys like a couple more areas of the game, because I think there's another track that I really want you guys to listen to. And yes, my character is very overpowered right now because like I said, this is the end of the game. I need to find another warp because I think I have to go into the past very quickly. Alright, let's try here. Oh my god, no, this is it. This is it. First of all, doesn't this place look like the entrance? Like the I forget what it's called, but like the first place where you enter in Symphony of the Night, or like most of Castlevania games. Oh my god. I honestly think that a lot of these photos are the Kickstarter backers. One of the last weapons you can get is a gun. Guys, I don't think anybody can really understand like what it is I'm feeling when I hear this track. Like it's literally like I feel like I'm playing Symphony of the Night. Alright guys, I am going to leave it there. Once again, this is TimeSpinner. It is for I am playing it for the PS4, but you can also get this on the Switch. And you should play it. If not for the Symphony of the Night references, then for the LGBTQIA plus XYZ stuff as well. Alright guys, see you in the next one.